Mike Harber, and this is Crashtalk. Thank you for tuning in. I hope I have some good information for you tonight that's helpful for you and your family. And I hope everyone is doing well. We're still in this crazy pandemic, and I hope you're keeping your distance and wearing your mask. So with that, let me just start out. Let's get the disclaimer out of the way. Neither I, Mike Harber, any guests on Crashtalk, my other employees and associates that are members of Harber Appraisal are providing you legal advice. We're not attorneys. If you need legal advice, then seek that of a practicing attorney in your area. If you need a referral to attorney, let us know. We work with attorneys all over the country, and we'd be more than happy to give you the name of attorney that may help you with your situation. So I think what I want to talk about tonight is the very first thing that happens after you have an accident. You're going to notify you first. If anybody's injured, you want to call 911. Notify the police, get a police report started. Usually if there's no injuries, the police aren't going to show up at the scene, but you still should file a police report. You're going to notify the insurance company. We have people that will call us first. They'll ask, okay, what do we do? I don't remember. You said there were certain things we're supposed to do. We're more than happy to give you that information if you need help. But then it's your choice to choose what shop is going to do your repair. That's state law. You have the choice to choose. So choose wisely. Let me provide you some information tonight so that you can make an informed decision on what's best for you. So what happened probably many years ago, the insurance companies, and this, we're probably going back maybe 40 years. And I think Allstate was the very first company that started what's called their direct repair program repair facilities. And that's become known as the DRP shop, a direct repair program shop. Now, each of the insurance companies now have jumped on that bandwagon because it's been proven. It saves the insurance companies money. And that's what an insurance company is interested in. I mean, settling your claim, paying the claim, getting them off their desk. But their job is to save money. And they've recognized that if they partner with a shop and they have requirements of that shop, that the claim is going to be come out lower than if you go to an independent repair facility. But who's really looking out for your best interest? I have personal experience with this because I owned a body shop in the Tacoma area for 25 years, and I was a USAA STARS program shop. I was a Farmers Circle of Dependability shop. We had Geico drive-in claims at our facility, and I realized after several years of working in those programs, I had signed a contract, and the contract was pretty tight, that I would do everything in my power to save the insurance company's money. And I wasn't really supposed to discuss the terms of that agreement with my customer when they came in. Now, this is a conflict of interest, in my opinion. I'm not giving you legal advice, but there is a law, an RCW, that stands for Revised Code of Washington. And there's an RCW, and let me make sure I get the right reference to that. And wouldn't you know it, my computer has just, there it is. It's RCW 46.71.015, and that starts with estimates and record keeping. Any repair facility, anybody that's going to touch your vehicle, whether it's a tire store or it's a mechanic and they're doing an oil change, even a Jiffy Lube, they're required, our body shop, they're required to comply with this RCW. It's called the Automotive Repair Act. And in that, the legislature laid out requirements that you're supposed to be given a full estimate in writing on what's going to be done to your vehicle. They're supposed to identify what type of parts are used on your vehicle for the repair. Are they imitation parts? Are they original equipment manufacturer parts? Now, if you understand that you have rights, you have a right to choose, the repair facility has duties under this law to work on your behalf, then what happens when an insurance company partners with a body shop And the body shop's going to probably be talking to this insurance company every day on many claims. So they've signed a contract. They're working with the same insurance company all the time. They're getting referrals. People are being directed to the body shop. So they're going to be looking out for the insurance company's best interest, not necessarily yours. And I know that's offensive to some of the shop owners that are direct repair program facilities, but I've been around for quite a while, and I know what happens, and I know that corners get cut. One of the services that we provide through Harber Appraisal are post-repair inspections. And I've been doing those for many years. Even when I owned my shop, we started doing post-repair inspections because there were people that would come to us that were very unsatisfied with the quality of the work. And I have found that if a consumer recognizes that the repair is not complete or of quality standard, then usually it's really much worse than what meets the eye. And with my experience and with my staff's experience, when we do a post-repair inspection, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for indicators that the vehicle has not been returned to its pre-loss condition. And that's the requirement, pre-loss condition. One of the insurance companies says, we want to just put you back to where you were, to get you back to what you were before the accident occurred. Well, that's pre-loss condition. We don't see that very often. And as a matter of fact, it's really impossible to fully restore a vehicle to pre-loss condition. And that's why there's diminished value, but that's another topic, that's another day, and I believe we've got an episode on that. So let's get back. So there's a contract signed. The facilities that the insurance company is going to recommend that you go to, recommend. Now, they will say things like, if you go to our shop, we're going to guarantee the work. It'll be faster. We'll put you on a rental car. We'll make payments directly to the repair facility. Doesn't that put up a red flag? I mean, they're so anxious to get you to go to one of their repair facilities. So let's talk about the quality. When a contract signed with an insurance company, now not all insurance companies require this, but most do. And if you've had a repair completed on your vehicle, you can look at that final repair bill, which is required to be provided to you by the repairing facility. And if you look at the very bottom, go to the totals, how much the total cost was. It might show your deductible, or if you're using the at-parties insurance company, it won't show a deductible. But there may be a line in there that says discount. And it'll be, and some of them will say post repair discount. It'll say parts discount. Well, who's the discount going to? It's going to the insurance company. And if it's going to the insurance company, I think that's affectionately known as a kickback. It's not in your best interest. Now, if a shop has to start giving discounts off of parts, off of labor, and the labor rate will be lower, much lower. And if they have to do that, how does a repair facility stay in business? The margins on collision repair are very small. And I understand, you look at the cost of repair on a collision repair and you think, oh my gosh, it didn't even look like it was hurt that bad. We looked at one yesterday. Exactly what I heard from the vehicle owner. It just didn't look like that much damage. Well, the repair facility wrote an $89,000 estimate. Now, what happened? The insurance company came in, the consumer's insurance company came in, and they disagreed, and they wrote an estimate to start with for $24,000. A joke. Is the adjuster for the insurance company repairing the vehicle, or are they just trying to be the fox guarding the hen house? I mean, what's going on? How can there be such a huge difference? Well, we went down and inspected this vehicle yesterday, and the repair was upgraded by the insurance company. They finally came around and they came up to $50,000. Well, we still got a $30,000 difference in the cost of repair. And if that repair facility had been contracted by the insurance company, they'd be doing a $50,000 repair, not an $89,000 repair. The vehicle's a total loss, and it should be totaled. The vehicle should never go back on the road. So much structural damage. easy to cover up structural damage. And that's what's going to protect you and your family. You don't want people cutting corners on things like that. So, and I'm not painting a broad brush that every direct repair facility out there are doing things like this, but I've seen enough repairs come out of the contracted shops, the preferred shops, to know that they have to do something. Otherwise, they're going to close their doors. They won't be able to stay open. Now, part of it is they will have a lot of their help that are fresh out of high school. They haven't had any factory training. They aren't certified. They don't have any of the industry type of trainings that qualify them to repair these very sophisticated vehicles in the year 2020. Well, and why is that important? I mean, if it looks good, isn't that good enough? Well, let's talk about just one factor. On a front-end collision, you have several frame rails that are a section of the vehicle. Now, vehicles are not built the way they were 40 years ago, where they're full frame rails with a body sitting on the top of it. The vehicles nowadays are what's called unibody construction, similar to an aircraft. The fuselage in an aircraft doesn't have frame rails. It's the shape. It's the panels, the way that they're welded together. It gives it strength. It's the same with a unibody vehicle. The frame rails in the front mount to a reinforcement behind that plastic bumper cover, all to make it look pretty. But those structural members are what protect you. And in the front, specifically, when they begin to collapse in a collision, that's what triggers the airbag deployment. And it's very, very sophisticated. There are several triggers that have to be activated in order for an airbag to deploy, because you don't want them to deploy unnecessarily. It's only in a serious accident. But if you have a serious accident, you want that airbag to deploy to protect you. And I'm going to show a video clip that is one of the most graphic illustrations of how important it is for an airbag to deploy properly based on the timing of the crush and the inertia during the collision. So let's take a moment. Let's take a look at what was put out by the Honda Motor Company, and you can go out and find this on YouTube. It's out there, but we want to show you here in the show. So take a moment, look at this, and then we'll be back. That is very shocking to see something like that. And it's interesting that they used a watermelon because of how graphic it is. I guess I don't need to get into any more detail than that. I think it speaks for itself. A millisecond can change the difference of that airbag deploying properly and protecting you are hurting you. So, do you really want to take chances? Do you really want to go to the repair facility that the insurance company is trying to direct you to, and they're using all of those ways to try to entice you to use that facility? Remember our rules. Rule number 1, don't take advice from somebody that owes you money. Well, even if it's your insurance company, they owe you money. They owe you money for a claim. And they have an interest in having you in one of their repair facilities. So the choice, your first choice on where you're going to go, can make a big difference. We do these, I mentioned earlier, we do post-repair inspections. And quite often those inspections turn into a re-inspection with an insurance company. We have stopped counting after 300 vehicles that we were able to get the insurance company to total after they were repaired. After they spent $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on a repair. the repair is so substandard. There are so many deficiencies that in order to go back and try to repair that vehicle, it would just well exceed the value of the vehicle. So what I suggest is that, and we have a list of shops that are independent facilities. They work for you. You're welcome to contact us. We're still working on websites and those type of things. Our Facebook page, you can ask those type of questions and we can certainly give them to you. We don't get kickbacks. We don't get payment of any kind. It's just that who we recognize in the industry is doing quality work. They aren't cutting corners and they're working for you. The other thing, the example I was given about the vehicle we looked at yesterday, that vehicle's a total loss and the shop is calling it the way that it is. We see quite often vehicles that are borderline total losses and they should be totaled when it's the insurance company's preferred shop. They'll do everything they can to keep that vehicle from being a total loss because first off, they need the work. And secondly, their insurance partner they don't like total losses. Stop and think about that for a minute. If you were injured in the accident, what helps support your injury claim more than anything else? It's the severity of the damage to your vehicle. And if there is structural damage that's just overlooked, not properly recognized by a technician who isn't properly trained, and they repair a vehicle, that has a direct impact on an injury claim. And I hear this all the time from attorneys. So if you've got information or you want information, you're welcome to call us anytime. We don't charge to talk to people and to give free advice. The other thing I wanted to mention, we actually started this last week before the holiday. We did our first shop seminar, and we did it by Zoom. We've been doing seminars for law firms for many years. We've always done them in person, but now with the situation with the pandemic, everybody is using Zoom and doing remote seminars, instructional type of information to assist law firms and to assist body shops. It's important for technicians to understand the importance of what they're doing and the liability that a technician has when he touches a car. So if that's something that you or a shop or a law firm that you'd be interested in a seminar, let us know. Send us an email. Let me see. I think the other thing is if you are familiar with anybody that has information that they would like to share on Crash Talk, we are interviewing people to be guests on the show. We've got several lined up in the next coming weeks. And so if you have somebody that you think would have information, good information to share to the public, send me an email, call me, and we'd certainly like to take a look at that. So with that, I want to say thank you for tuning in. I hope that I gave you some good information tonight. And as always, stay safe, keep your distance, wear your mask, and we will see you next week. This has been Crash Talk. Thank you very much.